right, let's talk about Ginobili. Ginobili announced his retirement today.
She retired 2 years ago.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, but I would agree with that, but I also would say that he's hit some big shots for them throughout the last 2 years, also. So he had something left, but but it's funny because I've been saying like, what is he going to retire? What is he going to retire? Now that he retired, I'm like, I'm going to miss the guy. Like, I always like Ginobili. He's um
Well, he was at when he was like this is going back 15 years, but when he was athletic, when he had
yeah,
full head of hair,
and he used to do the Euro. He brought in the Euro step.
yeah, that was like when I thought that San Antonio was pretty much unstoppable. And they never really kill you with their stats either. Even Tim
Right,
Duncan, you know what I'm
right.
saying? Like if Tim Duncan, when he was in his prime, you know what I'm saying, after he won those two MVPs,
Mm.
he got Greg Popovich, I guess, convinced him, hey, you didn't go to Orlando, so average 18 points a game for the next 12 seasons.
Like, you'll still be considered the best, but we got this.
Yeah,
We got this new offense we want to put in.
yeah,
um,
yeah. Here you go.
um, is Ginobili the best like six man ever? Like, he might be the best six
Well,
man.
I was thinking him as a starter, so
He
I
hasn't
was thinking
started
about.
in like 10 years.
I've always considered him like a starter. I don't know. Like
I mean, he's a starter by talent, but they always brought him off the bench. like like no matter who they had, they would always put him off the bench, whether it was Steven Jackson or not, then they had Danny Green for the past few years. Like, they would just always have Ginobili come off the bench, but he's a starter talent. He just come off the bench. So he just might be like the best bench
yeah,
player, the six man. Um,
I don't know about that, but what you go that I don't really I don't think anybody considers him that just because they play him that way, but he just doesn't seem to me like a six man. I
right,
would
I know how you feel. Right.
you know what I'm saying like I know he won it. Was it won it once? But if I was to name somebody who's a prototypical six man, I'll just give it to Jamal
Jamal
Crawford.
Crawford. Yeah,
You know what I'm
he's the
saying,
first
Jamal.
name that comes to mind. Yes,
So Jamal Crawford. They should name the freaking award after him.
but the funny thing is, I don't think he came off the bench as much as Ginobili did. That's the funny thing. But yeah, I mean, but he's won the award enough times, and he's definitely a spark off the bench. I'm gonna is he a Hall of Famer, Ginobili?
No, he's not
No.
Hall of Famer.
Um,
You can't be putting everybody in the Hall of Fame, man. You put
Well,
him in
yeah, the NBA Hall of Fame isn't the same as the NFL Hall of Fame. like when they put T Mac in, I think T Mac is a Hall of Fame talent. I just don't know if he had a Hall of Fame career. You know what I mean? So I was kind of surprised when he got in. So
I kind I kind of think I'm kind of like all right, maybe need to make it a little bit more strict to get in.
yeah, I'm with you on that. But that being said,
You know what I'm saying? Because then like if you're on a championship team, do you be in
just
the Hall of Fame?
right,
You know
because
what I'm saying?
there's a lot of players that are just gonna rack up rings because that's how the NBA is. Like, one team wins, so like that's if that's the case, Derek Fisher and Robert Ory are definitely a Hall of Famers. You know what I mean? Because they got a
Yeah,
lot of rings.
yeah. That's the thing. They're not Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? Like we played a long time. We got a six man. I guess they're gonna give him because they're gonna give him that Hall of Fame nod. Just based off of being on the Spurs for that long and beating
Being
Team
one of the best
USA.
international players,
You know what I'm saying? Beating Team USA in 2004.
and just being one of the best, probably one of the top five international players of all time.
I don't know
Um,
about that either. I think top.
uh, well, who else? Well, can you name?
Well, we will do that list
Okay, all
sometime
right, we'll do it.
in the
All
future.
right, we'll do a
All right,
top. We'll do a
like
top six.
you know what I'm saying, tickle our ass with a feather. You know what I'm saying?
I
But that list is coming up.
can't even think of that many. Well, I guess I could
I
now
can.
because there's more. There's more now, but
There's a guy in
yeah,
Sacramento. There's a guy in Portland. Like we can keep going.
yeah. All right, I guess once I think about it, I could probably come up with 10. And
Yeah.
All right.
And there's also a guy who international guy who won Six Man of the Year twice.
Uh,
That's my trivia question for you. We're doing the trivia question right now. There is a European player who has won Six Man of the Year
oh, Tony
twice.
Kukoc?
No.
No. Uh, it's probably somebody who I don't even know is international.
No, someone you definitely know is international.
Oh,
This dude is most definitely international.
so who the
And he
hell
won it
else?
2 times in a row. Tony Kukoc only won it once.
Um,
Give up?
yeah, who is it?
Detlef Schrempf.
He won? Oh, really?
Yep, for the
I
Pacers.
I didn't know he was on the bench that much.
Yeah, before he went to Seattle, he was at the Pacers, won Six Man of the Year twice.
Hmm, that's interesting. I would have, yeah, I would have never got that one.
I know you would.
I
I know.
probably would have guessed his name just off of just at some point I would have just started guessing international players, and I'm still not sure if he would have came up.
All right, I'm going to sidebar for a second. But look at this list of guys who won Six Man of the Year that I even remember winning. Okay, you got Danny Manning in '98.
I vaguely remember that. I remember
Darryl
Darryl
Armstrong.
I remember him.
Yeah, I remember him. Rodney fucking Rogers won it. I don't remember that.
Are you
In
serious?
2000. In 2000.
Rodney Rogers. Ugh.
Rodney Rogers. And
Okay.
for Phoenix,
Yeah.
Aaron McKee went from Philly.
Yeah,
I thought he was a starter.
vaguely-
No, he
Um,
couldn't have been a starter because
wait,
Eric
wait,
Snow.
it was Snow Iverson. Yeah, he was. Yeah, I remember. I do remember that now. That's the year they won the championship. I mean, went to the championship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Corliss Williamson for Detroit.
I remember
Really?
that.
Well,
I remember
I
that
do
too.
not remember that.
I remember that too. I remember Corliss Williamson was pretty good, good bench player back in the. I remember that.
Bobby Jackson. I forgot
I
about
remember
him.
that. I was a big Bobby Jackson fan back then.
Yeah, I know you was working with me at the time. Anton Jameson. I remember that.
Okay.
Ben Gordon. He won
Yeah,
the
I
Rookie of
remember
the Year
It was
and that.
Detroit, right?
No,
No, Chicago. I mean Chicago.
yeah, Mike Miller. I remember that.
I remember that.
Barbosa, of course, I remember
Yeah, I
that.
remember that.
Ginobili,
Yeah.
Jason Terry.
Oh yeah, I
I
remember.
don't remember Jason Terry in 2009.
I remember.
And Crawford, Odom, Harden,
Yeah.
and J.R. Smith.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Yeah.
um,
So
anybody else interesting up there? That's it.
just Eric Gordon and Lou Williams and
Okay.
a bunch of Jamal Crawfords.
I don't know if it's because I'm getting older and I just don't care about stuff like that. But I don't know who be winning the awards now. Like I don't even care. I don't think nothing of those awards.
well, sometimes
I think you got the
sometimes
same bug flying on you that's flying on me. He
I
goes
know.
from here to there. He go right through the
Let's go through a screen.
All right. What else we
Lil
got?
Mac?
Huh?
Lil Mac.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. So Khalil Mack was trying to get a deal with the Raiders, but they ain't trying. Looks like they're trying to shop him now. I heard the Jets. You heard who? Detroit. And who else?
I heard the Jets. I heard the Giants. I heard Detroit, Buffalo. I heard a few teams, but it seems like John Gruden, when he comes in there, he said, he doesn't even talk to. He's not. I'm not even going to talk to Khalil Mack. He's just got to go. He's got to get with my system. I'm like, what? What system is that?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm tired of those two arrogant pricks. Like, think if they run anything, they don't win shit.
Yeah.
Either one of them. You know what I'm saying?
There's the one Super Bowl.
John Gruden should not. John Gruden shouldn't have been. He should never have won that. That's Tony Dungy's team. That's Tony Dungy's team. Who they fired him, even though he made the playoffs every year. He was there.
I'm not. I didn't disagree with that only because their offense was always bad every year. The offense was never good. John Gruden came in and their offense was respectable and they won a Super Bowl. So
what you go?
credit for winning that Super Bowl.
What you go like? Who they win it against? A team that he just came from. Against the coach who did not change any of the plays.
Well, he still got there. He still got there and won it. Like It's not like he had a free ride there. He still got there. He did what he.
Well, what you go like? You got there with some another guy's team, and after that, he didn't do
He didn't do
anything else.
much, right? He didn't do much after
Yeah,
that.
he
But
didn't do anything before then, and he didn't do anything after that.
Oakland was pretty good when he was with Oakland. So,
He was
but
okay when he was with Oakland. Like he had, and you know, what I'm saying like he had a lot of talent on that team, a lot of talent. You know what I'm saying? Like Rich Gannon didn't get good until after he left. And he's got supposed to be. He's supposed to be the quarterback whisperer. He has these quarterback camps, and he
no,
has.
Gannon was good when he was there,
But
but he had his MVP season
Gannon
came
was a
after.
starter. Gannon was a starter. You know what I'm saying? Like he was an old starter. When John
Well,
Gruden left, you know what I'm saying? Like when John Gruden left, this guy just he all of a sudden he throws 40 touchdowns and 4,500 yards. You know what I'm saying? Granted, he had Joey Porter and Jerry Rice and you
Tim
know what I'm
Brown,
saying?
Tim
Tim
Brown was still
Brown.
there.
You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? Like he just came out of nowhere and just won an MVP. And to be perfectly honest with you, he's the only MVP who's not in the Hall of Fame,
Yeah, yeah, he's never gonna.
he's never
but
gonna get there.
but yeah, man. Like now, I don't know if San Fran. See, I don't pay attention to exact positions anymore. I know we got a good linebacker or two, but I'll take Khalil Mack any day.
I think that anybody here, I really don't care who I have. I don't care if Olivier Vernon, who plays the same position as him. I'll put him on the other side.
Just
I don't
move him,
give a
right? Just move him. Yeah, I'll take him
who.
for
You know
sure.
what I'm saying? Like I'll take Khalil Mack any day of the week, and I'll pay him too.
Right. And Le'Veon Bell is they say he's gonna report to the team after Labor Day. So basically he's like, all right, well, I know I'm out of here after this year. I'm not gonna play through training camp and preseason. I'm gonna just come in, start the season, and go to work. Which I'm good with that. If you're a veteran, you don't necessarily need it too much. Um, I don't know if he should be not practicing at all, but that remains to be seen, especially for a guy who also has an injury past or whatever. So I mean, we'll see how that plays out.
Was it injuries or was he just getting suspended for weed?
Both. He got he missed a lot of games due to injuries, and he missed the beginning of 2 seasons, I believe, due to failing the drug test.
He's not gonna get any contract, and I'll tell you why. He's still younger than Antonio Brown. I finally got his name right. He's still younger. Antonio Brown 30 for some reason, and this guy's still 26. So he's got 4 more years of making his money, and then that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't care what type of shape you're in. I don't care what you did the year before. If you're 30 and your contract is up, you're going to take a massive pay cut.
Definitely. No, yeah, he's that's just the life of a running back. he's not gonna he's not gonna get that huge contract that he wants. It's a shame because he played hard. He's really good. He's one of the top 3 in the league, if not the best. But
Who's better than him?
probably nobody. He's probably the best. He's probably the best running back in the league.
I think that
You
I
can make
think
an
he is
argument for
too.
You can make an argument for Gurley and Ezekiel Elliott, but I'm not. But I'm
I,
saying
I, I'll,
Le'Veon
t-
Bell.
I would take Le'Veon Bell over both of them because he can catch the ball in the backfield. He gets 500, 600 yards
Yeah.
receiving too.
Right.
So
His,
I would
his,
go. I would go for that guy.
Yeah, his only thing is, he failed through drug tests and he's been injured. But outside of that, yeah, I think he's still the best. Now, if you ask me who I would take, I'd probably pick Gurley because so far in a couple of years he's been the most durable. But and he's
He's
gotten
only been in the league for like
he
2
has
years.
but 2 years of not getting into any shit, as opposed to Ezekiel Elliott and Le'Veon Bell. So, which both of them might be better than him, but I'm going with who's more reliable. You know what I mean? Who you can count on to be there every week. So I think you can't go wrong with any of those three.
I can't. You know what I'm saying? Like anything can happen to Gurley. He's built like everyone else. You know what I'm saying? Like he can.
But it
catch
hasn't happened yet.
You
So
know,
as
you know
of
what I'm
right
saying?
now.
You know what I'm saying? Like he can catch a helmet to the knee and that'll be it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like it's kind of like it's kind of like the breaks. You know what I'm saying? Like people get hurt and then you know what I'm saying due to like freak injuries, all of a sudden then they're labeled injury prone. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that I necessarily don't think that's fair. You know what I'm saying?
It's not.
Especially like Okay, I'll give you an example. Um, your boy just signed with Washington. Did we talk about him yet?
Kirk Cousins.
Adrian Peterson.
Adrian. Oh yeah, we talked about that last week. Yeah.
Okay, Adrian Peterson. I'll give you an example with him. He got those. He got that one injury. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they weren't going to re-sign him after that. You know what I'm saying? That you know, what I'm saying I'm not part of Minnesota's, you know, part of the organization. But once he had that big ACL
Major.
tear,
Right.
that was major.
They were ready. They were ready to cut bait
They were
anyway.
ready. They were ready to write. They were ready to write him off until he had that 2,000 yard season.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like you got
But
to keep him.
two things I want to say. One about AP. That's the only major injury he had, but he did.
HGH.
Well, I wasn't even gonna talk about that, but that's the only one. That's the one major injury he had. But he's had a lot. He's had a few seasons where he's missed 4 games, 5 games, whatever. So that's that's something. Again, that's something. But back to Gurley and them. It's not just that he could get an injury. We all know he can get an injury, but Ezekiel Elliott, Le'Veon Bell has had off the field issues. So Gurley hasn't had that yet. So that's
What has
another
Ezekiel
reason.
Elliott done? I'm not sure what he's done.
Well,
To be honest, I just don't know.
he had the incident at Mardi Gras. He had the
Wait, so we pulled the girl's top off. That's
and,
nobody's
and,
got.
and well, it's in the news, and he had the incident with the where he hit a dude in the club or something like that. He was supposed to be defending a chick, and
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
so there was
I totally forgot about that.
right. And regardless of who was at fault, whatever, there's still things that have happened. So like, and again, that might not even be fair because we don't know what happened. He could have been totally in the right for
Yeah, but
knocking that dude out.
the thing is,
But
why are
these
you
are things.
still?
But these are things.
Yeah, why are you even in this type of situation?
Right.
I don't get. I don't get into those situations.
Right.
It's kind of like Des Bryant too. You know, he's always around something.
Right. Right. Like you just like so. Those are things that you got to look at. That's why one. I mean, people. Well, at least this was one guy said. Colin heard. He was saying, the difference between why Le'Veon Bell didn't get his money and Gurley got his is because, the off the field stuff, and two, I mean, which I think is a part of it, but also that's what the Steelers do. The Steelers don't like to pay anybody. Like they gave Antonio Brown the money, but they don't usually do that.
That's
They don't
something they
usually
don't do. So the Steelers have and I actually heard this today when I was listening to a little sports talk radio. They were talking about, but they'll go back to OBJ thing. They just said, oh well, Antonio Brown got his money, but you don't really need to pay him because the Steelers they have a long line of wide receivers that they just don't pay, and they wind up going somewhere else and stinking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they kept Hines Ward, and you know what I'm saying that's pretty much it. Everyone else, like Santonio Holmes, Wallace.
What's the other guy who went to Wallace is the one that went to Miami, right?
Yeah, went to Miami, did nothing. Even Plaxico.
And there's one more that I can't remember right now.
Yeah, I know that there's one more.
But they do it all the time.
Was it Randall L?
Randall, I don't even think it's him. He's one, but I don't think he's the one I'm even thinking about. But yeah, they could have. I mean, and look at who they got now. Outside of Antonio Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster, whatever his name is, that guy.
Yeah, I saw the guy in Madden.
And Antonio Bryant, like McTavius Bryant. I'm sorry. Like they got two.
Bryant, your cousin.
Like they got two receivers. They got three really good receivers right now, and so they didn't have to pay him if they didn't want to, but they know how great he is, and he deserved it, so they gave it to him. But they don't usually do that. They usually let you go. So that's why I would say they did that. But
they just signed him just to keep him there. Remember everyone that these contracts aren't worth the paper that they print them on. They can just cut you.
Right.
They can just cut you the next day, and they'll take the cap hit.
Right.
But then you know what I'm saying, like after 2 seasons, they'll take the cap hit.
Right. That's why you got to look at how much. That's why they usually report how much guaranteed money they got now. They don't even talk about what their full contract is half the time now. They just say they got this much guaranteed. Like the first thing I heard about OBJ was he got $65 million guaranteed. And so that's the important number because the other 30 he might not even see. So
yeah, you may not even see that money. So it's kind of like I don't blame them for doing that. You know what I'm saying? To keep the guy happy and keep him
Right.
there. And, that's, what I'm saying? People act like the contract, oh, they're going to get lazy now. I'm like, no, they're not because they can get cut.
Right. Well, you're
Happen.
not. Well, you can't. I mean, you can't cut him for another couple of years though. For you gotta at least hold him for 3 years.
What you go? They can, but they're gonna take
I
a
mean,
huge pay cut.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
A
saying.
huge
They don't
pay
usually
cut.
do it unless you got a year or two left of your contract. Depends on what kind of how your deal is structured. Usually, it's 2 years or less. Like those first 3 years, he's gonna be there. But those last two, we don't know. They may try to restructure him, or who knows what's gonna
Well,
happen.
it all depends on what I usually see. We've both seen is if the guy is on his last 2 years of his contract,
Right.
and the guy's healthy and
Mm-hmm.
he's performing, he'll just hold out. I want a new contract.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so that happens all the time. The person who did the best was not
Darrell
Daryl Reeves.
Rivers. Yeah.
Yeah, he did the best.
Rivers made his he made his money and he found time to get a Super Bowl ring in the middle of all of that.
He made his money, and he would gamble on himself by playing year to year.
Mm-hmm.
So
And it
so
worked.
he said give me $20 million. I'll play for $24 million. I'll play for this season.
Right.
So they're like, oh, that's a bargain. So they get him. I'll take 24 million. Also he outperforms.
And
I'll
it
take
works. It
24
works for
million.
both. And it works for both teams because and that as long as he's healthy and he's performing, it works for both teams. It's just risky. Like you say, he's betting on himself, so it's definitely a gamble, but it worked out for him. He stayed healthy
I
for
think he's
most of his
still betting
career.
on himself too. He's still like any day now.
Nah, he's officially retired now. But all right, real quick, because I want to keep this at an hour. We're about 5 minutes before an hour. So, real quick, I want to. Jimmy Butler said that that he'll consider playing for the Lakers with LeBron. So. The Knicks might be out of the running because if I'm him, I'm going to LA. And to be honest, I'm okay with that. I don't necessarily want Jimmy Butler anyway.
Thank you. You're on the same team with me now. This guy, he was good with the Bulls, but he was a cancer.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it like that. Okay, he wasn't a cancer.
Two teams now he's had problems with. He's been on two teams and two teams he had a problem with. So that's a red flag for me.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, and like he's supposed to be a leader. All he's doing is just criticizing all the guys in the
Right.
locker room. Like that's not how you become a. That's not how
Right.
you.
That's
How
not
you.
that's not how it's done. Like
That's not how it's done. You know what I'm saying? Plus, like us, we got a small forward of the future already.
yeah, yeah.
So so I'm not really concerned about a 29-year-old who has problems. What is he gonna have a problem with Porzingis now? Go fuck
Yeah, so
yourself.
it's too risky. Yeah, I mean, go to LA with LeBron. LeBron will keep him in line. He can criticize all he want, but that's not going to do much good for you in LA with LeBron. So yeah, go over there. And to be honest, I think that would be a nice fit. He'll be a good compliment to LeBron, to be honest. But yeah, go ahead to LA.
I've never been real big on Jimmy Butler anyway.
I like him, but I don't love him as a player. I like him though. He's good. He's good. He's a good player. He's a nice player.
Yeah,
But
he's good, but I've never seen what all the hype was about. I thought that it was more of a system type of situation. You know what I'm saying? Like he has to play for this guy in order to do as well. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really see a lot in him that would make me think like, oh, I got to
well,
drop everything. If we had him, if we didn't have our rookie, I'd be like, all right, well, I hope you can work well with this guy. I'd be worried about that.
he's one of those guys where he shouldn't be a best player. He should be a number two guy.
Yeah.
And he's a good defensive player. He can score over 20 a game.
Yeah.
So he's definitely he's a number two. He's not a number one. He's a number two. He can hit big shots too. So he can definitely. I just don't think he should be leading your team.
Also, he shot his shot at Gabrielle Union on Instagram.
I knew somehow this was gonna be some some outside of basketball shit. The way you started it, I knew it was gonna be something like that.
He did shoot. Well, like, okay, Gabrielle Union has a picture of her getting out of a pool, and she has like a little half top on, and it seemed like maybe a little bit cold that day because
Yeah.
so it's like a photo shoot, and he put a comment under it saying like "damn" or something like that,
Uh,
and Dwayne Wade automatically like said, it was like it's gonna be me and you if you be damning my wife's picture, something
oh,
like
for
that.
real? See, I didn't know about
Yeah,
all that. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's mad disrespectful. Now,
yeah,
now,
yeah.
granted, now, it's one of those things where like she's a star,
But
and
you don't have to say anything.
but right, he shouldn't be. I can see if it was somebody else outside of basketball saying it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
A
Like,
fellow basketball player who did they play on the same team? Did they both play in Chicago together at one
yeah,
point?
they did.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, you shouldn't be doing that
It's kind of like
as a fellow
what are you
basketball
doing?
player. As a fellow basketball player, you definitely shouldn't be doing. I can see if it was another field.
Yeah,
Even
if it was like if it was like Jimmy G saying something about like
right,
God damn,
right,
you know what I'm saying?
like
Like you
right,
know what I'm saying? Didn't Dwayne Wade? I think he would laugh at that, but
right.
he wouldn't be like, oh whoa, come on
It
now,
definitely
we was
shouldn't be another.
teammates.
It definitely shouldn't be another NBA player. It definitely shouldn't be a teammate.
It'd be funny if it was like Dwayne Wade's son who said, damn.
Yo, what if LeBron did it? He said his son. That's crazy. One more
Yo,
thing. I just want
he sounds like damn near 18.
to. One
He
more
going
quick.
through those years.
Yeah. One more
Yo,
quick thing. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, just, all right. Let's be honest, yo. We both men. All right. If I'm 15 years old and Gabrielle Union's walking through my, I don't care if my
Yo,
dad's hit it.
right? It's
If
not my
Gabrielle
mom.
Union's walking through my house,
It's
hey,
not my
that's
mom.
not your mom. That's not your mother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll just be like, I'll be looking at her. She be like, yo, I think your son's a little creepy. It's like, hey, mommy, you think you can breastfeed?
So you better check your son because I be like, yo, come here. Watch that shit. All right, one quick thing. I just want to say congratulations, the Big Three champions power. That's Coutinho, Mobley, Curry, Maggette got MVP of the season. Lieberman Klein, the coach, the first female coach of a men's sports team. um, she was the coach of the year. So congratulations to them on winning the championship. And by the way, that Kobe thing, that was a rumor. He's not going to the Big Three. They shut that rumor down quick. So we talked about it last week. So that was just a rumor. And I think that's it. Anything you want to add to that?
That's so corny, Kobe. Just play.
Hey, oh, you know what he said, by the way? He said about that is like he's taking on the challenge of people saying that he's not all about basketball, and he has another because people was thinking like, oh, he's gonna be miserable without basketball when he retires. He was like, he's taking on that challenge of proving people wrong. That he's not all about basketball. And he has a life without basketball. So I'm like, no, just play. Like, no, I don't care about that. I just want to see you play Big Three basketball.
Yeah, I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to see you play it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll be an actual really big draw for that thing.
Right. And I certainly will watch. I certainly would. I mean, I watch it anyway, but I certainly will. I'm mad that Iverson didn't play as many games as we wanted him to play.
Iverson was doing exactly what Iverson does.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
he's just being Iverson. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like he's being a dick. He's just being him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he can't help being the disappointment that he is.
you know what I'm saying? Like, he's just doing other shit. You know what I'm saying? He's getting other shit. He's doing other shit, not like he committed, but then he's like, I got other shit I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is.
Like how he did with Memphis and at the end of his career, he did with Detroit. Like he's just like, yeah, I'll go there. Then all of a sudden it's like, I'm not gonna show up today. Like he just does whatever he wants.
Yeah, he was done playing. You know what I'm saying? If Iverson was around today, if he was, say, if Iverson was born, he was born in '76. Say if he was born in '86, so that would make him a contemporary of LeBron. How would he do? Like, would he? You know, say it'll be an overstacked roster. It'll be overstacked point guard. But would he like be better than like Kyrie Irving and Russell Westbrook and
he'd be
Steph Curry?
He would be better than all of them except for maybe Curry.
Well, Steph Curry is a shooter.
Curry's such an efficient player. On top of being a greatest 3-point shooter ever, Curry would be better than him. But he would probably bust Curry ass though, like Kyrie. Like you know what I mean? Curry can't guard him, but Curry would be considered the better player.
Yeah, I think that Iverson would actually like lead the league in scoring every year. He already did.
I gonna say, yeah. I mean, he would definitely do that. I still don't know if he'd be considered better than Curry though, because Curry's a more efficient player, and Curry plays better basketball.
They be going back and forth, especially if you put them on a good team. Put it everyone. I keep on saying this every time they have a point guard. Put them on D'Antoni team.
Yeah, I mean, I think Iverson works in most situations, but I just don't think he'd be considered better than Curry.
Would he be different? Would he be any different? Like, would his scoring be any different? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think you'd be able to score easier in this NBA. Like, I think it's easier to score in this NBA, but
he passed the ball more.
it's unlikely because he'd be able to score better. Like, he probably wouldn't pass as much as you know. I mean, I didn't consider him much of a passer then, but he would pass even less now because. Then again, it all depends on. I guess it depends on who his coach would be. I think if he. I think it depends on what coach starts. You know, like when he was with Philly, he was the only scoring option. You know what I mean? So, you know, he kind of had to do what he did. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe if you get a coach with a good team around him that can score, maybe he would be a better passer, a more open passer. But he would still average as many points as he did. He would average the same amount of points, just probably pass more because it depended. Like I said, depending on the coach. So I don't know. But let's wrap this up. We're over an hour. I don't have a trivia question for you, especially since you gave me one. We had a couple things that I did want to talk about that we get to next week. But next week we're going to talk about Karl Anthony Towns versus Porzingis. We might have did this already on the show, and also I want to talk about Dirk versus KD because I saw a question about whose ring is Dirk's one ring more valuable than KD's two rings.
Yes.
So all right, we'll get into it next week. So,
we'll get to it next week. So apparently when I make an announcement, we're actually pretty much there's a lot more people listening to the show now. So I want to give out our email address. It's lamarandlj@gmail.com. Lamar is spelled LEMAR and ANDLJ@gmail.com. Email us anytime. We're on Instagram, Lamar and LJ. What the hell are you talking about? Podcast. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. Hit us up. Let us know how.
Go to the website, what the hell are you talking about, .libsyn.com. That give you access to everything, all of our social media, our YouTube channel, and our email, everything. It gives you, so check out what the hell are you talking about.com. What the hell are you talking about .libsyn.com. I know it's a long website. But
Libsyn is spelled LIBSYN.
Yes, right. LIBSYN. All right, y'all. We will see y'all next week.
All right, next week.